So Landline Magazine announces OOIDA was rejected an appeal that would have challenged the ELD mandate. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that and how I feel about it. But before I can even get further into detail about that, I got to get this intro out the way. So, let's go!
Love me, I'm on my cool J. If you get what I get, what would you say? She wax it all off, Mr. Miyagi. And them suicide doors, Ari Kari. Look at me now, look at me now, oh. I'm getting paper, look at me now, oh. Look at me now, yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Trucking Truth. I am your boy Aaron Hamilton, and today we're basically going to be talking about the ELD mandate. Okay, I'm basically going to explain what happened and also give you guys my thoughts and my opinion on how the ELD mandate is going to impact the entire trucking community. Okay, a couple weeks ago, Landline Magazine released an article saying how OOIDA has basically been rejected by the Supreme Court, challenging the ELD mandate on the Fourth Amendment grounds, which is the Fourth Amendment. They're going based upon warrantless searches. Okay, now that is basically what is happening. So they rejected the appeal. So that means for us, if you're a truck driver, owner, operator, and you got a truck that is a 2000 or newer, you got to ride with the ELD, an electronic logging device. Okay, so hey, I appreciate OOIDA, doing that thing, trying to go to the back, trying to have our backs, to push against this, because I feel, and again, this is all subjective, my feelings and my opinions and my thoughts, it's all subjective. So however you guys feel, or however you guys might see it, that's totally up to you. But my opinion is on these damn ELDs that they're going to slow a lot of us down. I believe LaShawn Parks did a live video, so shout out to Sean Parks, where he says basically either you basically have to be in a team operation to be able to get the better freight. You know what I'm saying? To make the better money, the better freight. And I totally agree with that, because whether you're a solo driver or whether you're a team driver, we all know this old saying: if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. So if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. So I think overall, let me just be honest. I think the ELDs itself, the idea of it, the electronic logging itself is actually a good thing for all drivers. Because when you go back in time and you realize why there were hours of service put in place in the first place, it's because these carriers, doesn't matter whether they were big or whether they were small, they was forcing drivers to drive. If a driver called a dispatcher, told them that they were tired, the dispatcher would basically tell that driver, if you don't get that load there, you're going to lose your job. If you don't get rolling, you're going to lose your job. This, that, and the third. So, in that concept, I believe the ELD is going to help, between driver and carrier communication. So that way, if you get a fucking load, you can't be pressured in the drive whether you don't feel safe because you're sick or the weather or you're too damn tired. And that is a great idea. Now, the problem that I think is going to hurt all of us drivers, especially flatbedders, solo drivers, and this is the hours of service. Okay, getting told you can only drive 11 hours. Getting told that you can only, once you start a 14-hour clock, your 14 hours work within that 14 hours. I wish that we could get rid of the 14-hour clock and get rid of the 70-hour clock. Okay, work off basically a 15-hour drive time and a 10-hour rest. You know what I'm saying? Here's why. Okay, doctors, surgeons, you know, in your fucking hospitals, that can work 24-hour shifts and still operate on people. That's damn sure ain't safe. You could be a fucking factory worker, pull a 14-hour day and still get in your car and drive home. Okay? You could work 80 hours plus a week. You can work fucking 100 days a goddamn road. Nobody's gonna say shit to y'all. Okay, so my question is why is the government saying that we can only work 14 hours a day? Why is the government saying we can only work 70 hours a week? You know, I mean, it's all about the money at the end of the day. It's all about the money. But the thing is the ELD, it's not doing us just if it's not working in our favor as drivers. Okay? It doesn't matter whether you're a company driver, owner, operator, it's not doing us just. Because if you're like me, I don't like working with people, so I don't want to run a team operation. Now, if I have to do it, then I have to. But I don't, unless it's my wife, I don't like sharing my personal space, and that's what I believe my truck is my personal space. I don't like sharing that with anybody. I like that to be me, that to be my own, you know what I'm saying? But and then I don't trust a lot of people's driving. Hey, I trust my driving a lot better than I trust anybody else's. So to go to sleep inside of a truck with somebody else driving all through the night, I'm pretty much don't know if I'm going to wake up and see God, or if I'm going to wake up and see the devil I'm damn self. I'll probably go to hell. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically, in order to keep my truck moving, you know, I have to run the team operation. But like I said, if we can get rid of the 14-hour clock and the 70-hour clock, and have 12 to 15 hours to drive a day, but once we stop working, like go on duty because we have to get loaded, especially as flatbedders, it's got to secure our loads and stuff. Once we go on duty and stuff, we should be able to stop our clock, do what we got to do. You know, if we need to take a nap, we should be able to stop a clock, do what we got to do, and then drive throughout the rest of the day. I shouldn't be told when and where I should be able to drive and how I should be able to drive. It increases productivity and all of that. So that's my thoughts on how it could work for us. So it's going to slow us down, definitely is. But what's it going to do to the industry? Well, I said one of the biggest things. It's going to force a lot of team driver operations. So when you look at freight, I don't think the brokers, and I definitely don't think the shippers nor the receivers is going to change the way they conduct business. Okay? I don't think they're going to change the way they conduct business. I think what they're going to do is, instead of looking for that solo owner operator to give that freight to, they're going to look for that team owner operator to give that freight to. I think it's going to force a lot of solo drivers basically into a short hop market, which is short hop right now is paying really good, doing these short hops as a solid as a solo driver. But if there's an overwhelming amount of drivers doing short hops, freight's going to plummet. For me, it's going to plummet for other solo drivers, for mega carriers. So and they want freight that can move like that. So but the freight that's going 700 miles that took a solo driver, you know, a day to do, is now going to take a team, because depending on, especially with ELD, depending on how traffic is or whatever, you can't cut time. You can't add time. You can't do nothing to bend the rules just a little bit so we can get that better freight so we can feed our family. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely going to shift the market in that way. Plus, for the truck stops and the rest areas and even that shippers and receivers, it's going to cause a hysteria. It's going to cause a lot of people going to fight for parking throughout the day because there ain't going to be no parking. You know, there's a bunch of trucks out here, you know, and there's not enough parking for all of us to park at one time, because you got drivers that likes to run during so many hours. You know what I'm saying? You got drivers that wants to that that only runs during the day and sleep at night. So you're going to have an overwhelming backlash just because of parking. Drivers are going to fight amongst drivers. Carriers are going to force their team drivers to be teaming when a lot of drivers that they're just like me, don't like the team. But I think in the beginning, it's going to be hell, and that's just what it is. For anyone who's got to secure loads like flatbed, step decks, oversized, even car haulers, I think it's really going to slow your business down a lot, because once you start your clock, you can't come off of it. So I think what they're going to end up doing in the near future, after the mandate takes place, is they might get rid of the 14-hour clock and the 70-hour clock. They might get rid of, because I heard it doing a study on the sleeper berth, the split sleeper berth, and see how that works. But the only thing I wish the DOT officers and would do is when they're in there, basically making all these rules and they call it safety or whatever, they start listening to the fucking individual driver. Listen to the drivers, the guys who's actually moving the damn freight. Because this mandate is not only going to fuck us up, but it's also going to fuck the country up. Everybody's going to see the cost of food go up, way up, no matter where you live. Everybody's going to see the cost of fuel go up, no matter what type of fuel you use, whether it's gasoline or diesel. Okay? Everything is going to go up because it's going to take us longer to get it there. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a panic attack, but I think it will mellow out in the end. I just got to go along with the ride. So, get in the comment section, you know what I'm saying? Leave me a comment. What do you guys think about this whole ELD mandate? I prefer, the paper law. But if I'm going to do the ELD, which I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather do the ELD and lose a 14-hour and lose the 70-hour clocks. So that way we can run whenever we want. We can run as hard as we want. And I think that the 11 hours should, get bumped up to be able to run between 12 and 15 hours with a 10-hour break. But whenever we stop or whatever, we can run that 11 or that 15-hour clock of drive time down. But once we stop, the drive time don't stop. Once we stop, the drive time clock stops. You know what I'm saying? So that way we can drive. So if I need like 2 or 3 hours to take in that, I had like 7 hours left, and I shut down for 2 or 3 hours, I wake up and still got 7 hours left to finish that out and take a 10-hour break. You know what I'm saying? And restart it again every day. That's what I feel like. But yeah, get in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of how this ELD is going to impact us, how it's going to impact the industry. Alright? Also, don't forget to like and share. And if it's your first time seeing me, and you kind of like what I got for y'all, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But make sure y'all hit the bell so y'all be notified every time that I upload a video, because I want to keep feeding y'all content. But yeah, so look out for next Thursday. I'm gonna be dropping basically another vlog, talking to y'all, just talking. But I just want to know what you guys think. Also, don't forget to email me if you guys got any questions, topics y'all would like me to talk about at asfx15@gmail.com. And come over and follow me on Instagram at truckingtruth15. At truckingtruth15. Over there on Instagram. We're going to be lit, baby. So, I don't care if you guys heard it over there. And I don't care if you guys heard it over there. Because over here, we don't care. We only want to give y'all the mother trucking truth. Nothing more, nothing less. I hope everybody's having a good day. And I also hope you guys are having fun and enjoying life and also being safe, man. Being safe. But as always, I got to catch you guys on the other side.